DDO Players Gen Con coverage is brought to you by our friends at the Skull Splitter Dice Company. SkullSplitterDice.com for all of your dice needs. Metal dice, regular dice, dice in between. SkullSplitterDice.com has your dice needs covered. If you are a brand new customer, mention DDO Players and you're going to get a free set of dice.
Hey everybody, it's DDO Players. We are at Gen Con 2019. We are still in day 2. I think it's still day 2.
Technically.
It's been a week already, but it's fun. We are in the DireWolf booth, and we are with Matt. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
I am doing well. How's your Gen Con been for you? That's the question.
Really exciting. We've got a lot of great stuff going on. I've been meeting a lot of fans and having some really exciting times to show off some of our new games.
And why don't you tell us a little bit about DireWolf, the company?
Sure. So DireWolf started out as a video game company, DireWolf Digital, and that was sort of our specialty, working in collectibles and digital card games.
Right.
A few years ago, we released our first physical game, which was Clank, a deck-building adventure. We brought it here to Gen Con 2016. We didn't really tell anybody about it ahead of time, and it turned into one of the darlings of the show, and we had such a strong reaction to that, and players loved it so much that it really sort of set us on this journey of doing more and more board game stuff and exploring the intersections between digital gaming and board gaming.
Right.
So that's been kind of what we've been doing for the past couple of years, and we've got some exciting new stuff coming out that really helps explore that space.
And we are standing by one of those new things right now.
Indeed.
So let's take a look at that.
Sure. So Eternal Chronicles of the Throne is a new physical tabletop board game that ties into the world of our digital card game, Eternal. It's a deck builder, so it's very different from Eternal in terms of its core gameplay. And as a deck builder, you start with a very low power level deck of 10 cards that generate resources that you can use to buy new cards and make your deck better as you go.
Okay.
There's a couple of big twists on other deck builders in the genre. One is that it embraces sort of CCG style combat, where Eternal Chronicles of the Throne is an attacking and blocking game. So rather than other deck builders where you might just be putting out targets that your opponent knocks down, there's much more of a strategic back and forth and ebb and flow from turn to turn as creature-based combat takes place on the board.
Right, okay.
The second big twist going on here is the presence of the Eternal Throne, which anyone familiar with the digital card game will recognize as being one of the more sort of more important elements of the game. When the Eternal Throne gets revealed by purchasing cards stacked above it at the start of the game, you end up with a bunch of other cards in your deck or hand that have new abilities and new powers based on that card being revealed. So that really informs some of the long-term strategic decision-making of the game, because if, for instance, your deck makes better advantage of the Eternal Throne than mine does, maybe you want to accelerate the point at which it's revealed, but I don't want that to happen.
Right.
Maybe I need to kill you before that happens.
Exactly.
And it really changes the ebb and flow of how combat flows from game to game.
And is this out now?
Eternal Chronicles is in pre-release here at Gen Con. We do have a pre-order going on right now on our website at DireWolfDigital.com, and it will be generally available and in stores in September. We've also got this week a new digital release, a digital adaptation of the tabletop game Raiders of the North Sea, which is out right now on iOS and Android phones and tablets, on Steam for PC and Mac, and on Nintendo Switch. In Raiders of the North Sea, it's a worker placement game where you are a Viking in command of a Viking warband trying to impress your chieftain by raiding settlements throughout the North Sea to generate victory points.
Okay.
There's some really sweet mechanics that go on in this game. In every round, you both place and remove a worker, which allows you... I think we're in the tutorial right here.
That's all right.
I'm not sure where we're at in the tutorial. So in every round of Raiders, you place and remove a worker that generates new resources that allows you to build a better warband, go out and pillage across the North Sea.
Right, okay.
Whenever we set out to make a new digital adaptation of a board game, one of the first things we look for is not just how can we do a literal translation of game mechanics to a digital device,
right,
but really how can we explore the world and the atmosphere the board game evokes to bring something sort of beautiful and exciting to life. I think Raiders is a great example of that. The illustrations that you can see in the character art that all come from the original board game are so evocative. And,
oh yeah,
and so
the graphics look amazing. and remind me so much of the board game.
Sure.
So yeah, so I mean, you guys did a great job doing the digital adaptation.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, we really look for. We have to discard some cards here. I'm gonna get rid of the Huntsman and the Shield Maiden. Yeah, we're always looking for ways to, sort of take games to the next level and really embrace video game modern sensibilities when it comes to board games. I think this is one where that has really paid off for us on the whole. We're gonna pitch a card to get some silver going.
How's the reaction been to this so far?
The reaction has been tremendous. We just released this game on Tuesday of this week. It's been overwhelmingly positive response, some really great reviews coming in, players coming up to us being so excited to get the chance to play this, especially on platforms like Switch or mobile.
Right, yep.
And we really try to bring a kind of next-gen sensibility to how board games can translate to digital devices in terms of polish and feel and those things there.
It's always great to get more on like mobile platforms as well too, because I always love to be able. I can take my iPad with me, or I can play it on my phone if I would like.
Sure.
And I got 10 or 15 minutes. I'm waiting, for at the doctor's office or what have you.
With no setup time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And Raiders is an example of the kind of game. We'll just show you some of the world here. Bringing the board to life is a really great opportunity for us to sort of explore the atmosphere of the game and find what makes it so appealing and so special, combined with a really great, strong, award-winning underlying mechanics from the tabletop game.
And what platforms did you say this was available on?
iOS and Android phones and tablets, on PC and Mac via Steam, and Nintendo Switch.
Is it single player only? Because I've seen that you can play versus AI.
So it's online multiplayer. We are working on patching in local multiplayer right now for people who want to, not break out the board game, but still play on their couch with friends. And that'll be coming in the next few weeks. But yeah, so right now it's single player against the AI and online multiplayer. There's also a really great, let me see if I can show this to you. One of the things that's new about the game, it contains all the core gameplay from the board game.
Okay.
But we also added a new campaign mode where you can play single-player PvE games against the AI.
Oh,
with
awesome.
Different rules and different sort of objectives that get put into play that might change up some of the strategies that you would use.
Okay.
So like in the Feed the Village campaign, for instance, there's a food shortage going on in the North Sea Kingdoms. Resources are harder to come by, and you get more victory points for them. You can't exchange them. You can turn them in at the Longhouse, but you can't otherwise convert them.
Gotcha.
And in general, whoever can bring in the most food and the most resources to the tribe will go a long way in earning the chieftain's favor. So we have a bunch of these special rules-driven campaign games that you can play to unlock achievements and sort of measure your own progression inside the game.
Exactly.
And that's just one of the places where a little bit of video gamification can go a long way.
Well, yeah, exactly.
In introducing new and fun gameplay to a board game.